So this input is about re-establishing inner harmony when disharmony has been created in you through projection. So what happens? We all have many dream realities. These two look like their dreams are being fulfilled. Unfortunately, not all of our dreams can get fulfilled. Well, at the moment, they have times of ups and downs on the way. So, when any dream is shattered, we can feel angry, rejected, abused, da-da. We feel something really negative hits us. So this man looks angry, or surprised, or. And this person is expressing her strong feeling. And when we're expressing these strong feelings, either pools of pain are created or surfaced, and they tend to take over all of our inner floor space, and our true self and harmony takes second fiddle, if it gets any fiddle space at all. So, what can you do when you are experiencing the pain of one of your dreams being shattered? The first step is to name the edge of this pain. That is, what's at the heart of why it's there. And after you've done that, step 2 is remember other dreams that haven't been shattered, because they're a part of your reality. And this is a way that you can prevent the pain taking all your floor space. It doesn't wipe out the pain. It just means you're holding the dream shattered with there are other dreams. And maybe the outcome of that in step 3 is that's a remembering that this disturbance is one aspect of life and living. And so that will free up this taking over all of your inner space so that you'll be able to explore options for a more settled way forward. Doesn't take on the other dreams, but just creates, being aware of the other dreams creates more inner floor space so that you can really quietly look forward to settling or finding ways forward. So projection flags interior disturbance, and that disturbance arises within you and gets loaded onto other people. So I'm revisiting what projection is. This is from within you. Something in another triggers overreaction in you. And again, the pools of pain in your unconscious get triggered off. Sometimes we don't know the cause or the why, but they get triggered off into muscle contracting in the physical sense, and that there's a trigger point which has triggered up this pain, and then it comes to our awareness in our consciousness. And not only have we got tight muscles, but we have emotional realities also operating. And so it'll be, if you just let it happen without taking note, it'll be you loading on to another. That is when you are the disturbed one. The other is disturbed in a different way from you. Yours will be unjust. Where did that come from? I didn't trigger this. Or some of those realities of how it is for you when this is being loaded on for you. And sometimes you have the interior disturbance loaded onto you. So there are these two things, okay? When you load it onto others and when others load it onto you. And when it's loaded onto you, there'll be some spontaneous reaction. Where did that come from? And either that'll be a reaction in you, or as the projecting person, you will notice that in the other if you pause and are aware of the energies that were in the interaction. So when someone is projecting onto you, there are two inner reactions. One is the affect, which is you'll feel invaded or treated unjustly, or you didn't deserve this, and that will also trigger up effect, that some of your shadow things below the pools of pain could also get triggered off. So if you have an inner critic, you could be criticising yourself. If you have a sense of guilt, you could be picking that up, and both of those could be toxic in the reality if someone is loading onto you and it's their projection. So my symbol again is whenever you have this kind of disturbance, either within you or loaded onto you, go to your true self. Make a space and move your inner attention sideways from your pain of hurt, whether it was aroused in you by someone else or whether it is within you. And then, once you've moved your attention from the pain and the hurt and the shadow that got triggered up, then have an inner conversation. And so, you will, in this conversation, either find your truth or increase disturbance. And that means that you have a choice when energies arise untoward within you or energies are loaded onto you. In both cases, you have a choice to find your truth or your disturbance will increase. And so the first step, it's number 4 in this set, but the way to respond to that is to go deep within, to find what your choice is going to be. These steps now are about the process of being in touch with this disturbance and moving deeper and finding the invitations within it. So, here again, when projection happens on you, move to your true self. And you're disconnecting from the pain, whether it's loaded onto you or arising within you. And then, once you've got your truth, name it and soak in it. This takes time and pausing and making a space in our inner being. And both I'm okay and inner work needed, whichever one is. If you're defensive, you'll need inner work. And if it's not your truth, you'll know that you're okay. And inner knowing, whether you are expressing the pain and loading it onto another, or the recipient of pain being loaded onto you, there will be inner knowing. And that will heal the pain in the long run because it's come into consciousness. And then to relate authentically with others, you need to be balanced inside yourself, not allowing inner pain to have all of the floor space, whether it arose within you or loaded onto you. And when you do bring that level of pain to balance, the other person is seen and heard. And that is harmony. It requires inner balance before it can be accomplished. So, the message is track and avoid personal projection and or when someone else is projecting onto you. And this knowing means within you or the other that you won't project anymore. Pain is now in your consciousness and some healing has happened. And now I'm providing a reconciliation ritual. After a serious disruption of harmony in a relationship, which can happen even in the best relationship organisations, recognise that you've been triggered as early as you can, and with practice you get to pick it pretty soon. And then times when you are the disturber or the disturbed, pick your trigger points earlier. And then arrange a meeting where both of you are emotionally stable. And in this ritual, begin by spending time with Noel Davis's poem, At the Edge. It's scary and breathtaking living at the edge of our lives. And for pain to arise from the unconscious is a new edge for you to come to inner harmony. Just us, the edge, and the vast unknown. And echoing down the valley of our hearts, the constant call to trust. There is this urge within all of us to come to our best selves. And the emergence of pain, either because we are triggered into projection or that we are the recipient of projection, being present to that pain will bring inner harmony. Then, spend some minutes personally observing in an unfiltered way your experience of the disruption, whether you are the giver or the receiver. And then, after that time, say 10 minutes, spend more minutes listening to each other in an unfiltered way for how it was for the other. And then, after you have exchanged how it really was for each of you with a really listening heart, spend some minutes self-reflecting with the poem as a framework for your personal experience. And again, some more minutes listening to what was personally noted in the quiet time. And this mutual seeing of the other and being heard means that relationship can be restored. Each one is balanced and the other is seen and heard. And that ritual really works to re-establish inner harmony after a massive eruption or a small eruption.